Have you ever wondered how the notorious gangs we often hear about in news stories and movies actually came into being? What circumstances led to their formation? What codes do they live by? Today, we delve deep into the dark alleyways of gang culture, exploring the origins, evolution, and underlying ethos of some of the world's most infamous criminal organizations. Our journey begins in the late 19th century with the 5 Points Gang. Originating from the slums of New York City, this gang was a melting pot of various ethnicities, reflecting the diverse demographic of the city. The 5 Points Gang was notorious for their involvement in organized crime, setting a precedent for future gangs in the United States. Fast forward to the 1920s, during the era of Prohibition, we see the rise of the Chicago outfit, better known as the Al Capone Gang. The Chicago outfit dominated organized crime in the Windy City, making millions through illegal alcohol trade and gambling. In the mid-20th century, Los Angeles became the breeding ground for two of the most well-known gangs in America, the Bloods and the Crips. The Crips, formed in 1969, were initially an alliance of smaller gangs, united against the increasing violence in their neighborhoods. The Bloods emerged in response to the Crips, marking the beginning of a rivalry that would lead to decades of violence. Across the border, in the 1980s, Mexico saw the rise of the 13th Street Gang, also known as Mara Salvatrucha. This gang, primarily composed of Salvadoran immigrants, quickly gained a reputation for their ruthlessness and violent crimes. In response to the 13th Street Gang, the 14th Street Gang, or Barrio 14, emerged. These two gangs have been locked in a deadly feud, mirroring the rivalry between the Bloods and the Crips. The journey takes us next to Japan, where the Yakuza, Japan's most notorious organized crime syndicate, has its roots in the 17th century. The Yakuza is unique in its structure and operations, often compared to a family or a corporation. We then traverse to Italy, the birthplace of the infamous Sicilian Mafia, also known as Cosa Nostra. The Sicilian Mafia has its roots in the 19th century and is known for its strict code of silence, or omerta. Finally, we take a look at the Russian Mafia, a collective of various Russian organized crime groups that rose to prominence in the late 20th century. The Russian Mafia is infamous for its involvement in a wide range of criminal activities, from human trafficking to cybercrime. In this exploration, we've traced the origins and evolution of 10 of the world's most notorious gangs. From the slums of New York City to the streets of Los Angeles, from the barrios of Mexico to the Yakuza-controlled territories in Japan, from the heartland of the Sicilian Mafia to the stronghold of the Russian Mafia. We've journeyed through time and across continents, unearthing the dark underbelly of our societies. Each gang has its unique origins, structure, and ethos. Yet they all share a common thread. They are a product of their circumstances, a response to social, economic, and political conditions. They are a stark reminder of the darker side of human nature and society. Remember, understanding the past and the present helps us to shape a better, safer future. Knowledge is power, and by understanding the roots of these criminal organizations, we might be better equipped to prevent their rise in the future. So as we step back into the light, let's carry these stories with us, not as tales of crime and violence, but as lessons from history. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the annals of gang culture. Until next time, stay safe, stay informed.